everyone, you're welcome back to Dr. Shakeerah's channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. I make content about medical, fashion and lifestyle, and today it's all about medical. For my returning viewers, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sticking around. In this video, I'll be explaining 6 reasons why Postinor 2 fails. People might take Postinor 2 and few months later they take a pregnancy test and it comes out positive. Here are the reasons why. The first reason why Postinor 2 may not work is you have more unprotected sexual intercourse after taking Postinor 2. Some people might think after taking a dose of Postinor 2, they could have unwanted, unprotected sexual intercourse as they want. Ovulation is delayed and not stopped. Remember, we're trying to delay ovulation here and not to stop it. So if you continue to have unprotected sexual intercourse after a dose of Postinor 2, you're putting yourself at the risk of pregnancy. So you can't actually get pregnant if you have more unprotected sexual intercourse after taking Postinor 2. The second reason why it might fail, Postinor 2 might fail, is pregnancy itself. If you're already pregnant, it's possible you might be pregnant and you don't know, and you take Postinor 2 after unprotected sexual intercourse. A few months later, you could take a pregnancy test and it comes out positive. My sister, you are already pregnant, and this is why Postinor 2 did not work. The third reason why Postinor 2 may not work is ovulation timing. Here is it. First of all, watch my video on how to calculate your ovulation. If you don't know how to calculate your ovulation, or you don't know your ovulation, you really need to know this to be able to prevent this day. Because if you take Postinor 2 during ovulation or immediately after ovulation, it will not work. Because Postinor 2 contains an hormone called levonorgestrel. Levonorgestrel, it's used to inhibit the mechanism of action. It is used to inhibit the release of an egg. To prevent an egg from releasing, during ovulation, egg will be released, and if you have unprotected sexual intercourse this time, it could get fertilized and you get pregnant. In this period, this is a mechanism, right? But if you take Postinor 2, that is, it contains this particular hormone levonorgestrel, the mechanism of action of this hormone is actually to stop the egg from releasing. When the egg is stopped, it delayed from releasing. If you have unprotected sexual intercourse then and you take Postinor 2, it will work, because there is nothing that will get fertilized there. But now during ovulation, you just released an egg. If you take Postinor 2 in this period, it will not work because the egg has already been released. So if you have sex this time, you are at risk, a very high risk of getting pregnant. Postinor 2 might fail, and you might be wondering why you took a pregnancy test and it comes out positive. It's because you took Postinor 2 at the wrong time. This is why it is very important as a lady to know your ovulation. I helped you to calculate your ovulation in one of my videos. Click on the link above. It is very important. You know your ovulation, your menstrual cycle as a woman. If you're trying to play it safe, if you're trying to conceive, you need to know this. Click on the link above to watch my video on that. Continuation. If immediately after you just released an egg, you take Postinor 2, it will not work as well. Like I said, Postinor 2, it is used to prevent egg from releasing. So when you already released an egg and you add unprotected sexual intercourse, what is the assurance that you have that the egg has not been fertilized. For instance, your ovulation is today and you had sex today. If you don't know your ovulation day, you might just have sex today, then you release an egg today, you have sex today. You don't have any assurance that this egg is not fertilized yet. If you have unprotected sexual intercourse, at this time you will get pregnant, right? So now, if you already released an egg and you take Postinor 2, it will not work because the egg has already been released. This is you taking Postinor 2 at the very wrong time. I am emphasizing on this because your ovulation is very, very important. If you're trying to play it safe, you don't want to get pregnant, if you're doing family planning, you should know your ovulation day, you should know your menstrual cycle. I have videos on this to help you. Yeah, so if you take Postinor 2 in this period, it will not work, and a few months later you could get pregnant. You could get pregnant. Ovulation timing, it is very, very important. During the time you're releasing an egg, know it, so that if you're trying to conceive, you meet your man often this period, and if you don't want to, you will stay away from intercourse and as well contraceptive, because Postinor 2 especially, it will not work during your ovulation and immediately after your ovulation because the egg has already been released. So if you don't know your ovulation, there is no way you can prevent pregnancy from happening, and there is no way you can know the right time to actually meet your man if you're trying to conceive. The next one is higher BMI. BMI more than 25, it's obese or being overweight. Yeah, so it's more like people who are overweight. If people with normal BMI, they take 2 tablets of paracetamol, but people being obese, they have to take at least 2.5 tablets because they have lots of fatty tissues. That is how it is when you take Postinor 2. A dosage might work for people with normal BMI, yeah, body mass index, that is what is called. But for obese people, they might need additional dosage before this could work. So you need to see your doctor to know the additional dosage to be added to your pills. Don't say Dr. Shakeerah said because you are overweight you need to take more dosage of Postinor 2. No, make sure you see your doctor to know if you need or not to add additional dosage, and the right dosage to be added to your Postinor 2. You need to see your doctor to help you. The next reason why Postinor 2 may not work is if you throw up immediately after taking the pill. Yes, if you throw up within an hour after taking Postinor 2, you might want to take another one because your body might not have enough time to metabolize it. So if you throw up within an hour you took Postinor 2, you need to take another one because it might not have been absorbed in your system, and that's another reason. The last reason why Postinor 2 might not work is if you don't take it soon enough. Postinor 2, it is meant to be taken immediately after unprotected sexual intercourse. It is better to be taken immediately after sexual intercourse or 72 hours of unprotected sexual intercourse, within 72 hours. So if you take this after 72 hours, it might be less effective or it might not even work at all. But it is better taken within 72 hours or immediately after unprotected sexual intercourse. With these few reasons, if you're not pregnant, if you know your ovulation, if you didn't throw up immediately or within an hour after taking Postinor 2, or if you take Postinor 2 immediately after unprotected sexual intercourse or within 72 hours, it will work definitely, but you need to know, you need to be very, very, very careful, because at the end you might just take Postinor 2 and you find out it didn't work because the pregnancy test comes out positive and you might be wondering why it happens. These are the 6 reasons at least why it could happen. Again, I'm telling you to know how to calculate your menstrual cycle. And after getting that, I have a video already, which I already said earlier in my video. I already calculated your ovulation for you. All you need to go is just to click on the link and choose your number, choose your days, your menstrual cycle days. Your ovulation day is already in front, and your most fertile day is already in front of your menstrual cycle days. So you just pick your days and have it somewhere on your phone or in your notes, so you can always go back to it in trying to do family planning, if you're trying to do family planning or you're trying to conceive. I hope this video helped a lot of people out there. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and turn on the post notification so you always get notified anytime I post a new video here. Like, share, and drop comments in this comment section below. I will see you guys to my next video. Bye.